Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you're all well. You amazing, amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. You're looking absolutely amazing, by the way. You must have had a good weekend. I hope you have. Because it's Sunday and this is video 2 of 2. And this is part 2. If you missed part 1, then you do need to watch it because that will make this make more sense. So if you haven't watched it, maybe pause this video, go back, watch the other one, come back, watch this. Because in this, as you can see, if you've seen the thumbnail and you don't have autoplay on, Tox Report. Tox Report. Where is the Tox Report? Where's the Tox Report for Jay Slater? Now, I will say, maybe I've missed it. Maybe you guys out there have seen it. You know it was done. You have access to it. And you can send me it. So I do. Because I can't find it. I can't find it. I can't see it anywhere. I can't really see any reference to it either. But what I do know is that when things are done properly, when someone's died, especially I would expect in this manner, where the last place they went really was a rave, was a party, and then they go back to someone's home, or not their permanent home, I mean like their Airbnb, and then they wind up dead. I would have expected the toxicology test to be absolutely thorough. Absolutely thorough. And if I was the family, I would want to know. I would absolutely 100%, no questions asked, want to know what was going on for my child to make a decision to turn down a lift, not wait for a bus, not get a taxi, to walk an 11-hour hike through horrendous terrain in shorts, t-shirt, no phone, no drink, no food, and die. Because that is not the thought process of someone who is compos mentis, in my opinion. That is someone who there is an aggravating factor that is either being scared or not being of sound mind through the aforementioned being scared or through chemical imbalance. And if you'd have watched the video that I did earlier, it proves that these things happen all the time. And even people were saying there, what happened to Jay was either because he couldn't handle what he did or he got in with the wrong crowd. And what I find there is for somebody to turn around and be able to say, he either couldn't handle his stuff or he got in with the wrong crowd. There you go. And that's what I've been saying from the very, very beginning. Very, very beginning. And that is why when I talk about, and again, those of you who have been around the channel and listened to what I've said, you don't have to be the person who physically does something to someone in order to be complicit in their demise. You just have to be part of the machine that did it. And again, we referenced this previously where with school shootings, where we recently saw a mum charged because she was involved in the entire situation, but she didn't pull the trigger. She didn't do anything. She just, what was it? She knew that the child had a weapon and was involved or got him the weapon and he went on to do the atrocity. And that's no different here. If someone's given someone, if someone is a dealer and they give someone something and that person then goes on to die, they are complicit in their death. That is 100%. So what I want to know, and I can't get my head around, I don't understand it. It pisses me off just thinking about it. And if I was Jay Slater's family, I would be insane with anger. And that is that my son goes to a party, goes to this rave, and apparently Jay had to be convinced to go. I don't know how true that is. That's just a story on the grapevine. But he had to be convinced to go. So he then goes. He goes there. He's seen by someone at the rave, not in a very good state. So as a parent, I'll be like, well, where is his fucking friends then? Where is his friends? Why did this lot split up? Why did they break up? He then ends up going from here to a remote place, seemingly to after party with two men. And then he ends up dead through... Jay won't walk to the hairdressers, but he'll seemingly walk 11-hour hike across mountains. Make that fucking make sense. But then the two people who see him, police deem them, irrelevant to the investigation. So where's the tox report then? How do you, before you've even found the body, before there's even been a tox report done, how do you deem the last people to see this person alive, who have basically taken him from where he was in the opposite fucking direction into the arse end of nowhere, and he's ended up down a fucking ravine? This entire case is insane. And I can't work it out. I can't work it out why there are people out there who look at this case and don't see a problem with it, who don't feel that people should be looked at with, a bit of a side eye, like, right, what, really? I get it that you can't point the finger and say this person did this or this person did that. But what I think a lot of us are struggling with here is to understand how somebody, if they were fully compos mentis, would have made the decisions that Jay Slater made. Because for there to be no blame, for there to be nobody to be held accountable, this must have all had to have been on Jay. All of it. All of it had to have been his fault. As soon as you input someone else into the story, where he is given something or he is made scared or fearful, and that leads to what happened, then someone else has got to be held accountable. There is accountability from an external force. And that's what I don't understand here. That people are willing to just be like, nah, it's him. It's all him. Just leave it. Leave it. Let it rest. The only thing that makes sense here is that the family around Jay, if they want to put it to bed and they're happy to leave it, then they are deeming their son as the person who caused it to himself. This was decisions that he made and a series of unfortunate events that led to his demise, and they are happy that nobody else influenced that, or they're fearful of repercussions if they push too far or look too deep. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But where the fuck is the Tox report? Where is it? There must be a Tox report in this case. Even in the Kylie Rodney case, they'd done a Tox report. I know it's a different country, but we see it. There's got to be one. Maybe I've missed it. And again, like I said at the beginning, if you've seen it, if you've found it, if you know where it is, send it to me. Send it to me. My email is in the link to this video. But if there is no Tox report, there is nothing. Maybe we're waiting for it, because Tox reports do tend to take a while. But what happens if it comes back and there are traces of things that clearly, absolutely clearly, had an influence on what happened to Jay that night? Is someone's head going to roll then, or is it just simply going to be put down to misadventure? Maybe he manufactured them all himself and took them all himself, and nobody else was involved in anything. As yet again, we'll see a death that was caused by this fucking horrible, disgusting industry, and nobody held accountable for it. It's disgusting. I'll catch you all tomorrow.